All right. Thank you so much for being here. This is All Access Pass. I'm your cruise host, Jason, with a little bit more voice, not a lot more. And today I am joined by another legend. It is just, I know I am broken record with that, but the man sitting next to me, I mean, really, truly, just his name alone, Mr. John Lodge, my friends. If you don't mind, John, I'll ask you the first question right off the bat. What have you been up to for the past 2 years with all the world shutting down?
I finished my tour 2019 in Boston, March the 9th, flew down to Naples because it was my grandson's birthday on March the 14th. On March the 12th, I got closed down and didn't see him for 3 months. Oh. And I left America in the August. But while I was there, I thought, what am I going to do? I'd got 2 guitars, and that's all. So Amazon, Apple. I bought an Apple computer, and I learned Garage Band.
That's not easy to learn. It's not easy to learn. There's a lot of toys in there.
Yeah, and I wrote a song called In These Crazy Times. And I recorded it on Garage Band. And I'm listening to it, and I had to put the vocals on, and I put the microphone in the wardrobe, in the bedroom. And I sang the vocals in there, and I thought, you know, I really need some backing vocals. Who can I get? And I said to my wife, I'm going to teach you something. And you're going to go in the wardrobe.
She immediately blanches at that point, yeah.
And she said, not the wardrobe again. And I taught her the chorus line, and she recorded it in 3 goes. I was amazed. And then,
so all this time, your wife has been the true talent. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, well, what to do? I need a guitar part now. So I rang my son up who plays guitar, but not professionally. He doesn't like to do that. He likes Dave Gilmour anyway. I said, come on, put some guitar. I sent him the files because I was not allowed to see him because of COVID. I sent him the files, he played guitar on it. He came back to me and I listened to it. I thought, well, that's pretty good, that. He blew me away. And so I sent it to Emily, my daughter. I said, listen to this. And she said, Daddy, release it. And we did, straight from Garage Band. And just as a by-the-by as well, John Davison from Yes heard the track because Emily and John, you were wherever, and John did some backing vocals on it for me, and I'm really proud of it, the song, because I think the lyric is about all of us, you know. I was sitting there on my own, and everybody around the world actually was sitting there on their own as well. And I wanted to say, hey, we're all in this together.
It's a good message. We're all alone together. Yeah. There's something to be said for that. That's very cool. That's very resourceful. I think a lot of us just ate food during that time. I'm impressed you sat down and did the whole. And have you recruited your wife for any more singing duties since?
No, she's retired now.
Okay, she's one song and done. That's all she's doing.
Well, when I said the check is in the post,
she said, I'll do my next song when the check shows up. I understand. And you actually have a new project that just came out in January, correct?
yeah, I was on tour with Yes, and Cole Palmer and Asia in 2019. I recorded the show in Las Vegas, and not for any other reason that just to record the show. But during the COVID times, I thought, well, I'll listen to this, see what it's like. And I was really excited about the whole project. And I thought, well, okay, let's release it on 180 gram vinyl, blue album, some signed, some not signed, and on the CD. And and it's actually on the boat, the CD version.
It's here.
Called Roller Fair and After. And I thought it was a good project to do, sitting there, listening to, not being,
There it is.
not being able to go on the road and perform. And just like you, I like to listen to other artists and see other bands as well. And I couldn't do that either. So the next best thing is have a live album, play it loud at home, and enjoy it and close your eyes, drift downstream and say, yeah, I'm there.
I think a lot of people can go there too. It's not that hard to picture. When did you get your first live show back after the COVID over the last 2 years? When was your first?
We just started in the Northeast 3 weeks ago.
So you're just getting back to it.
Well, just back to it, minus 20 degrees, I think. That was a shock.
Yeah.
That was a shock. But we've had 4 weeks on the road, I think, and I've enjoyed it. And I've got to thank everyone here, whoever came or didn't come. Thank you very much, this war team.
As we were discussing briefly backstage, I always love to include the live audience in our shows, and I allow them to ask questions, so that way, but I make them do it on cards, because I've learned my lesson about letting them ask live questions before. You know what happens.
Yep.
So let's go through a couple of these, if you would be so kind. Patricia, all the way from England. Patricia says, will you be doing any cruises in 2023?
I hope so. I'm looking forward to it. Just waiting to Star Vista to say, okay.
You don't have to tell me twice, sir. You don't have to tell me twice. Arlene from Houston. Is Ride My Seesaw really about what I think it is about? Naughty girl, naughty girl.
Interpretation.
She has a second question. If you're not busy, I'm in cabin. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm teasing. Don't say that out loud. I'm joking. Arlene is not that kind of lady. Arlene is very classy and married. Her second question, sir, what is your personal favorite of all of your songs? Ooh. What's your favorite child?
Yeah.
Or some of.
Yeah.
It's tough to say your absolute.
Probably Isn't Life Strange.
And if I may ask, what makes you say that? Why do you go there?
Because every time I even read the lyrics myself, it seems to have an empathy with what my life's about, and I think everyone else's life is about. And you need to explore life and all its meanings, and I think they do repeat themselves. Your life does repeat this, and just be aware of it, and take it on board, and enjoy it. Enjoy every minute, because
Great
you know
message.
you have lows in your life. You do. This is Ride My Cecil. You have lows in your life, but you also have extreme highs. You can't maintain every one of them, highs and lows, but just find that nice equilibrium and just play the music and enjoy.
I'll take that. I like that. Joe, who comes to us from Buckeye, Arizona, will there be any Blue Jays performances in the future?
Well, there'll be a Blue Jay performance.
Singular.
Somebody bumped, maybe here today, bumped into me and said, there's one song I really like to hear, and that's Saved by the Music. And that will be in the concert. So
that's wonderful. This is interesting. Jim, who comes to us from Florida, do you ever look at the photos or videos of you that your fans post on social media? Do you ever surf looking for your own stuff?
you know, once I've recorded a record and finished it, and I think it's the best I can do it at that time, I don't play it again.
Really?
No, because it's a moment in time which I've captured, and you can't go going back in time and trying to recapture that moment, because it's gone. You captured it, done. And from the photograph point of view, Emily, my daughter, who a lot of you have met, who manages me fantastically, she'll show me the photographs.
Matter of fact, transitioning beautifully to Barry from Colorado, can you play Emily's song and Candle of Life? Or do you play them in your show?
No, but it may be special sometime. That's all I can say.
Oh.
We were doing Candle of Life before COVID, and I enjoy doing that songs. I think it means a lot to a lot of people. But you know, looking at the deep cuts and everything else we've recorded over the years, I've decided what songs make the concert right and flow. I hope when everybody hears the show, they'll agree with me.
I think we will. Barry has a follow-up, which may be a loaded question. What's your favorite experience with a fan?
Ride My Cecil.
Interpretation. Ron, who is here from Liverpool. Thank you. Where's Ron? Where's Ron from Liverpool? Wave your hand right there. All right, there's Ron. Thank you for the many years of great music. I've been a fan all the way since 1969. I have a ticket. Is that the Ion? Is that what it is? Ion? I have a ticket for the Ion Festival in Isle of Wight. Okay, I was kind of curious. I wasn't sure. I was like, I have a ticket for the Isle of Wight Festival in September. Will you be touring on or before or after the festival?
What was the question?
I don't know. I have a ticket for the Isle of Wight Festival. Will you be touring on before or touring the UK? That's what it is. Touring the UK. Ron's got good handwriting. I have bad eyesight. Will you be touring the UK before or after the Isle of Wight Festival?
Is it the Isle of Wight Festival? Is it happening this year?
He doesn't know. He's got a ticket for it, but he doesn't know.
Well, what
Got it.
for the Isle of Wight Festival, we did 1969 and 1970. 69, I think, was with Bob Dylan, and 70, well, it's drifted by now.
Way to casually drop the Bob Dylan name, by the way.
Yeah.
It's a subtle flex.
Well, but 2 years ago was the 50th anniversary, and I was doing the show for the Isle of Wight, and I was going to play all the songs that we did on the Isle of Wight in 1970. And unfortunately, because of COVID, it was cancelled. Then we were going to try last year, and it was cancelled again. And I haven't heard it this year. But if we do it this year, I shall definitely be touring in the UK.
Ooh, there we go. This is two different questions, but kind of in the same vein. Tom from Port St. Lucie, Florida. I've been on several Moody Blues cruises. I'm going to be on the Blue with Justin next month. How come you're not cruising on one together?
Well,
I cleared it with him first.
well, well, you'll have to all ask yourself that. But I have to tell you, I've found a really fantastic home with Star Vista. And I really love everyone here who's taken care of me and taken care of my band. And I want to thank you all for coming on this cruise. Thank you very much.
Allow me to mirror that right back and say we love that you love this. So thank you very much for finding comfort and trust with us as well. It means the world. Ilana Goldstein. Elena or Ilana? What is it? Ilana. Ilana Goldstein from Queens, New York. Do you and Justin still get together and jam when you're in the same place? If so, do you still like to play the old Moody Blues tunes or the new stuff?
Well, not really, because Justin lives in another far part of the world from me. We still have our same office. We've still got the Moody Blues office, Moody Blues today. So we're still in contact all the while. But no, our musical paths, I'm still Moody Blue, and I'm trying to keep the Moody Blue music alive.
Steve from Washington, D.C. has a two-parter. Part one, are there any groups that are performing today that you enjoy?
On the ship?
No, not, yes. The Moody Blues, no, in general, like younger acts, like in life. Younger acts, not necessarily 60s acts or 70s, but younger acts. Anybody you listen to or enjoy?
Well, yes, but one quick story. When we toured, the first tour in America in 1968 with Canned Heat. And we toured basically up and down the West Coast. And we had a great time with Bob Wight and the Owl. And all I can remember those days was somebody shouting, "Let's boogie!" And but we became great friends. And this is really, I'm talking about the friendship in bands. It is really, really good.
There's a strong camaraderie. You see it. You see it on these cruises, the camaraderie and the fact that you're fans of each other.
Well, we were driving to a concert somewhere in Oregon and a driver in the truck, all the equipment crashed and wrote off all the equipment. And when we got to the concert, we didn't know. We found out. And we were disappointed. But Canned Heat were there the following day. And they heard about it. They drove there, put all their equipment up, and we did the concert.
Very cool. Very cool. Steve's second part, which groups or artists influenced you growing up?
You know, coming from England is a strange strange time because we didn't really know much about rock and roll until it hit us. It really slam dunk hit us. And so people like Fats Domino, Little Richard, all the great boogie piano people, it was like an explosion for me, a total explosion. I used to take my guitar to school every day and play the guitar. And I remember playing one day during class, and the music teacher said, "Lodge, you failed." And I said, "Why is that, sir?" He said, "Well, one of the questions was about Beethoven, and you didn't know when he was born." And I said, "Tell you what, sir, you play Whole Lot of Shaking on the piano by Jerry Lee Lewis, and so I can understand it because I'm into rock and roll, and I'll learn where Beethoven was born." And he said, "Lodge, get out." And I had to do woodwork after that.
I feel like there's always, not always, there's often a great story about a teacher somewhere that said somebody to an artist, "You'll never make it." You know, there's Leonard Skinner is another one of those where, you know. You actually have you got your first guitar when you were 13, 14, is that correct?
Yeah, I bought it off a neighbor. Well, my mum bought it for me off a neighbor. And I think it cost $5. $5, yeah. And but I was really intrigued by the left-hand part of all the boogie piano play people from New Orleans and the Delta, and I learned all those boogie plays on the bottom 4 strings of the guitar, because in England in those days there was no such thing as an electric bass guitar. They did not exist. And I remember going to my record, my music store one Saturday morning with all the other budding musicians, and used to sit there and play a couple of chords, hopefully thinking, they don't know these are special ones. And got there one day, in the window it said, "Direct from the USA, Fender Precision Sunburst Bass." And it was like, wow. And I remember rushing home to my dad and said, I was 15. I said, "Dad, you've got to help me. Come on, I'll pay you back somehow." And we went back straight up to the centre of Birmingham, and I bought that bass when I was 15 and a half, and it recorded nearly every Moody Blues song I've ever recorded.
That is one of my favorite stories. Does that bass travel with you, or does it have a special place at home?
Special place at home. Yeah, I used to take it on the road, and people kept dropping it.
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
And, it's a wonderful bass, because for me, every time I pick it up, it seems to want to play on its own.
I have a feeling you have something to do with that, sir, but I could be wrong. Amy comes to us from New York City. What? Oh, this is cute. What? Where are you at, Amy? Where are you? Amy's in the back. Oh, it's you, Amy. Okay. What was your inspiration for Nights in White Satin? ... It was my first slow dance with a boy in high school.
Well, Justin wrote that song, and we were all living in not an apartment block, because that's too posh. We were living in a converted house on the Bayswater Road in London, and we all had one-room apartments. And I remember when Justin wrote the song, and we sat down and played all the bass parts to it, and Ray, wonderful Ray Thomas played the beautiful flute, and it was amazing time because, you know, the song was 4.5 minutes long. No one ever had a record that long. We wanted to release it as 2 minutes, 120 seconds long.
So as not to, yeah. David wants to know about how did you enter the wine industry? And are you still in the wine industry?
The wine industry is fantastic. But it's not just the wine. I first went to Napa in 1968, and the wine industry hadn't really started. And it's just a beautiful, beautiful area of the USA. And I found, traveling around the world, there's lots of places like that in Bordeaux, in Burgundy, in Italy, in Spain, in the Rioja areas. And there's seemed to be a magic for me about the earth. And the French call it the terroir. And it's like a magnetism you have with that area. And great wines just taste great. Sorry.
Don't apologize for that. Are you still producing? Because you had, were there 4 different labels?
We have 3 wines. Emily runs that as well. They're called Chrisma. We've got one from Napa Valley, a red wine. We've got one from Bordeaux in France, and one from South Africa. And Emily's steered this wine really great. And in actual fact, we were proud winners of the best Chardonnay out of Africa 3 years ago. So.
And you're also very into charity, I do understand. You're very into charity, whether through your golf game or some other ways. Your charity is important for you.
Yeah, it's very important. And it's been fantastic over the years because I'm a member of the Variety Club of Great Britain, which is a children's charity. We raise probably 6-7 million a year, every year. And a member of the Water Rats. And
the Water Rats?
The Water Rats is
very posh.
Yeah, it's another charity, worldwide charity. People like Oliver Hardy and they were all part of it. But and also for everyone is in England, maybe in April, I'm doing a concert for Ukraine.
Outside of the obvious desire to help, is there a reason that promotes you to be, or that pushes you to be into the charities?
Yeah, children. You know, having 2 children of my own.
You can clap for that. It's okay. You can clap for it.
Yeah, but you know, children are the future. Let's be honest. They are the future. And someone, when you see so many disadvantaged children who probably don't have a future, and you could give them one or hope to make their lives brighter, the joy on the faces is just unbelievable. And it's worth it.
Yeah,
it's worth
that's
it.
Beautiful. It's beautiful. We've got 2 more before we let you go, because I know you got some stuff to do for the show. Pat, Virginia, Annie, Angie, Roma, Martha, and Rilla, all over the U.S. and the U.K., want to know if you remember us, ... we're the Lodge Ladies. Do you remember your Lodge Ladies, Mr. Lodge?
Yes, of course I remember the Lodge Ladies.
and
they keep me happy, backbone, and they're always a joy to see. Thank you.
Oh, lovely. And I want to let you go with a personal question, if you don't mind. You mentioned your grandchildren. How many grandchildren do you have?
Just one.
Just one.
Well,
And can I ask, what do they call you? What is are you a grandpa, granddad? What are you?
My name is Far Far.
Fa Fa.
Because my
love it.
my wife's Danish, and Far Far, they've got a great system in Denmark. Far Far means father's father.
Oh.
And if it's your mother's father, it's far more, you see, or more far, mother's father.
That could get tricky. Nobody wants to be the mofa.
Yeah. It's a difficult one, that.
Yeah, slip of the tongue. Fa-fa, that's wonderful.
Fa-fa, yeah.
Fa-fa, that's fantastic. Do me a favor, before we clap, Mr. Lodge is going to sign for some of us, but we're not going to come to the stage. He's going to exit, go around. He's going to meet you outside that door. So do me a favor, everybody. Help me thank the fabulous Mr. John Lodge.
Join us for another groovy trip back in time on the 2023 Flower Power Cruise. We'll celebrate that unbelievable era with the music and artists of the Love Generation. Enjoy over 50 live performances from Herman's Hermits starring Peter Noon, Mickey Dolenz, voice of the Monkees, the Yardbirds, the Buckinghams, the Grassroots, the Fifth Dimension, the Family Stone, the Cowsills, the Manfreds, Big Brother and the Holding Company, cruise host Peter Asher, and many more surprises to come. Get to know these artists like never before at over 25 celebrity interactive events, including panel discussions, artist Q&As, game shows, and so much more. Don't miss this music festival at sea, sailing aboard the luxurious and newly renovated Celebrity Summit. Departing from Miami, March 23rd, 2023, this 7-day trip will stop in the beautiful ports of Belize City, Cozumel, and Costa Maya. Let your freak flags fly as we go back to the days of bell-bottoms, peace signs, and more, with special themed events and costume parties. Relive those memories of the 60s with your Flower Power Cruise family for another incredible week of good music and happy vibes. The Flower Power Cruise sells out earlier every year, so don't wait. You don't want to miss the grooviest trip at sea. Plus, check out our 70s rock and romance cruise sailing March 16th to 23rd, 2023. Sail these 2 trips back to back, and you'll receive even more incredible savings.